Doing well. It's Chris here, coming to you live from Whistler, and it's looking pretty nice outside. So far we got a fair amount of snow up top, but just from about mid-station downwards, we're just not looking so good. A lot of bare dirt and rock and trees. But up top is not looking too bad. Hopefully you guys are all doing okay. Be good to hear how everybody's doing. Sorry, a little bit late getting on here. Hopefully everybody's having a nice Halloween. I don't know if you guys got anything scary lined up, if you're taking out the kids or you have a little like fright fest coming up, but it'd be good to know. Ian the Welshman, he was on, he's saying, even from chilly London, hope you're having a good time. Yeah, doing really well. Yeah, getting excited for the season. It's coming up very quickly. Kevin is not here right now. I was gonna do about 30 minutes or so, and then he'll be jumping on and I'll be questioning him all about his life as a YouTube creator and what he's up to and all that jazz, in case you haven't had enough of him already. And Jen, what's up, man? You're on here. Manolo Noriega. Hey, Adam is here. What's up, dude? Aaron Magane is saying, Chris, I remember you had the Burton Photons. What did you think of them? Hey, from Washington. Hey, man. Yeah, so I really like the Photons. I'm actually still using them as my primary pair of boots. I'm probably going to get a new pair at some point this year. But yeah, as far as the fit goes, I mean, they're kind of like medium flex. Have the BOA system, double BOA. I really like that. Maybe was getting a little bit of heel slippage towards the end after about 50 days or so, which is going to happen anyway. But yeah, like I know some other brands, they do more of that heel. They have like an extra heel strap. Like I know Salomon do that on a couple of theirs. So you have an extra heel pull strap just to really pull your heel in nice and tight, because that's obviously a weak point for boots when they start to get a bit old. But yeah, I love them. They're super fast to get on and off, and yeah, they're great. Cool. And Jen saying pumpkin pie. Yeah, check this out. I should probably show you guys off later. It's not quite what I wanted it to be. It's still a work in progress. Let's say I was rushing to get that done, but that's supposed to be SnowboardProCamp. Because I don't have a logo yet. I still got to work on my logo, so I'm just stealing other creators' logos. And as I used to be part of SnowboardProCamp, I thought, what the heck. Kier, 1984, saying hello. Hey, what's up? Emilian Pophouse here. Yo, yo, how's it going, man? Hopefully you're doing well. Kier, says 10:30 start. Is that Canadian 10:30? UK 10:30. Sorry, it's not obvious. I guess that's UK 10:30. Yep, because I'm here and it's only 3:30. So that makes sense. Adam is saying, I think it's PST. Yep. And in Whistler, yeah, nice big ski resort, just waiting for the snow to come. Dude, I'm getting so jealous. TJ's gone down, one of the other guys that's up here of the kind of quad, the Prime 2 being SnowboardProCamp and Board Archive, and he's gone down to Colorado, staying with his buddy Bo. You might have seen in a couple of videos. He went to Japan with them last year, and yeah, it's just powder down there. It's not cool. And of course, if you guys are watching Jonathan Buckhouse, he's been riding already like 13 days. It's nuts. Ramon Mendoza Nunez saying, Chris, buy the Yes 2020. Dude, I want to. That board looks nice. If I could. It's expensive though. Kier 1984 is saying bear dirt. Yeah, the other bear. The B-A-R-E, like bear skin. Bear dirt though. I think normally bear dirt would be bear crap. Bear poop. What happens if they attack? My buddy was just saying, I just met this one of my like dog friends down at the park. He was saying he was hanging out, was doing some security work and just watching over an area last night or the night before with his dog, and he was just checking something on his phone, and the bear actually came up behind him, and he looked up to his dog. His dog was just standing there looking at him, and he felt a bit like something brush his head, and he turned around, and there's a bear like right there just sniffing him. So he jumps up, and the bear wasn't bothered at all. The bear was just, you know, kind of like, dude, what's the fuss? And this guy like springs up, the dog's chilling, the bear's chilling, this guy's losing his marbles, and yeah, that was about it. So the bears here, they are Oh, there goes my indoor light. The bears here are pretty mild, pretty tame. I think they're different to a lot of bears that you get that are more wild. These ones are, you know, they're pretty used to humans, human smells. So usually you're okay. The one main thing that can get people with their dogs here is if the dogs attack the bears. And then when the bear finally gets annoyed at the dog, like bugging it, it'll turn around and, you know, attack the dog. And the dog runs back to the human and then attacks the human. So you don't want that happening. Mike is saying, are you guys coming to Revelstoke this year? Have you guys heard splitboarding in Rogers Pass? No, not heard of splitboarding out in there. Yeah, definitely. That's one of the main aims I know that we're all talking about this year is doing some more splitboarding, and it seems like it's a revelation. I know A-Basin down in Colorado was saying that they are now charging uphill access. So it used to be free if you were just skinning up from the bottom, but now you have to pay like it used to be free, but you'd have to get the pass just so they could keep a track on numbers. They're getting so many people. I don't know if they saw that as a way to make some money or just to kind of control the numbers, but they're now charging like $10 access fee to go into the backcountry, and they were expecting last year like a couple hundred, and they said they're getting thousands. So splitboarding definitely seems to be on the rise. More people trying to get away from the crowds and kind of have their own little adventure, which is awesome. It's so much fun. Adam's saying, or not, here we go. Yeah, I'm here. Hey. Waterloo, Ontario is beautiful, but 17 degrees. Yeah, it sounds pretty like autumn-like. Here we're getting kind of 4 or 5 degrees in the day, minus 2 or 3 at night. Ramon Mendoza Nunez, what videos are you guys putting out next? Yeah, so hopefully you guys saw the early skiing with Andreas and Dot. That day was an absolute blast. That was so much fun. And that video is doing incredible. A lot of new subscribers and people coming on since then. So if you guys are new, then welcome. Hopefully you guys are doing well. And then I just had to go on my buddy's boosted board. I put that video up this morning. And then seeing how Andreas is pretty busy with a schedule. That this whole week they're doing a lot of these product knowledge from each brand. So a lot of their brands are coming in all this week. All the reps are coming in, and they're giving them a breakdown on the gear, you know, what's new for this year, and giving an overview, all the good talking points and what each product can be sold as. And so we're doing this week. I'm gonna go join them for a couple of them, and they have Ride, Mervyn, and Burton. And so we're gonna be filming, hopefully, the Ride and the Burton ones after, and then we're also gonna be doing the Capita very soon. We might be filming the Capita tonight or, you know, later on this week. So I know that's one I'm really excited to look at. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about Capita, so that's the one that's planned next, is get Capita boards up. They don't have all of them. I was checking out the Capita lineup, and yeah, they got a lot of boards. They got a lot of nice looking boards out there. I think at Comore, because they have a lot of the Jones in. They have quite a lot of GNU, Nitro, Burton, and as far as it goes, Capita is one of the ones that they have select few of. So there's about 8 boards in total that they have a Capita, but it's all the ones that are kind of suited towards Whistler, Blackcomb, a couple Park ones, a couple All Mountain, and so hopefully you guys will like that selection. In Motion and Shred 1904, the twins are in town. Props to them. I think you guys, I know they support Benfica. They're Portuguese. They won, I think. If so, congratulations. Max Shred saying, have you rode the Orca yet? If so, how stable is it at high speeds? I have not ridden the Orca. Kevin is coming very soon, and he has last year's Orca and this year's Orca. So pop that question in again when he comes, or I'll try to remember Max Shred and then tell him, get his opinion. What? Timothy Ostruzniak. That's a pretty tricky last name you got there. Saying, what's your quiver for the upcoming season? So at the moment, I got my All Mountain kind of quiver killer, which is the T-Rice Pro. And that one has been great. I've been using it in the park, groomers, on those like kind of like half a foot, 6-inch, 15, 20 centimeter days. And it's great. It's awesome. I love that all over the mountain. It's really, really good. And then as far as my powder board goes, I have the Jones Storm Chaser, and that thing is an absolute shredder. I love riding trees. I love tight stuff. Here we get quite heavy powder as well, so you do want a nice big surface area board, something nimble in the trees, especially when it's so heavy. Having that extra nimbility really helps moving around in there. And then I think next on the list, just as the way that we are with the whole, you know, when park is good, when powder is good, probably gonna try to get a split board next. And if I could afford it, it's probably gonna be a Jones. If I had to go a little bit cheaper, maybe the Nitro Squash split. I really like the look of that one. And then a park, I do want to get a park board, but towards the end of the season, kind of after Christmas. Nathan McAllister, just got a management position at my local shop. Can't wait for the 1920 season. Dude, nice. Management position equals free pass, right? Word, and then you'll always be around the mountain. You can just nip off for your break, go for a lap. I know that was always one of the bonuses of working in the kitchen, or as one of the lifties on the mountains here. You just get time to just go for a quick shred, come back. SnowboardProCamp Kevin saying he's on his way. Jill is coming to walk Dot. Oh, perfect. That is some teamwork right there. That's a good combo. Cool. So Dot gets walked and Kevin gets here. That's a double bonus. D. Rick, hey man, how's it going? Guten Tag. Greetings from Northern Germany. Good you see your season has begun already. Yeah, it's kind of begun here. I'll show you guys what's going on outside. Here we got Doug just having a sleep. All right. Let's see if it's gonna come on. There we go. Okay, so yeah, looking pretty good. That is at the top there. That's Rendezvous. Yeah, that's Rendezvous area, so that's just above mid-station. And then generally as the snow goes, and Whistler we can kind of see is behind the trees. It's right around mid-station. No, mid to like Roundhouse, mid to Rendezvous. So it could be worse. It was looking a lot better last week, but then we got a big rain that I think went all the way up to the top. So even going back to where we were, where I went with Andreas, it's not going to be as good. So that's why one of the reasons that I've not been back since. But Andreas has got his Friday today, so we might go back just because like there's not much else to do, and it's a good workout. It's fun, awesome just to get out there, and we'll try to get a little bit higher. I'll bring my snowshoes, and those guys hopefully bring something, and we'll go up a little bit higher and see how it's looking up there. Emilian Popoff, dude, thank you, coming to the super chat saying, "Let's Japal fun, Chris, y'all." Also smash the smash button, you know, yeah. So as you guys probably know, it is a super chat. Anything that you guys give is really appreciated, of course. And being a smaller channel, just kind of getting off the ground. I don't have as many subs and views, although it's growing day by day. I'm amazed at the reception this early in the season. It's going really well. So yeah, just keep going, keep throwing out videos. Hopefully getting some live chats from you guys, and we'll be going to Japan in no time. Fingers crossed. Manolo Noriega saying, "How are the Whistle Black on Peaks looking like?" Cool. I hope I answered that with the show and go outside. But yeah, the peaks. There's a fair bit of rock showing. I think that the snow that we had was actually quite good. The more exposed areas have been rained off. We had about 6 to 10 hours of rain after I went up with Andreas. And so that just wiped off a lot of the thinner layers of snow on the rocks. But I think in the cracks and kind of in some areas to fill in, it's getting stuck in there. It's just kind of rained it on and really compacted it down. So hopefully that stuff will stick in the cracks, and then we'll get some more on top of that, and we'll be good to go. Osvaldo, dude, how's it going? Glad you could come on here. He says he's checking in for Colorado. We're getting beautiful snow. I know, dude, you guys always get better snow. But I know like last year, same story. Although maybe like your season doesn't always start amazing, but you always seem to at least open earlier than we do. But yeah, so far you guys are hot. You're on a streak. So congratulations to you. Hopefully you're having fun shredding out there. I've been checking out Jonathan Buckhouse's videos. I know Casey Willax just got there, or did he go to Tahoe? But he's snowboarding today, apparently. Or his vlog said he was snowboarding today, whether or not that was actually up to date or not. So yeah, he's riding. Jonathan Buckhouse, TJ will be putting out videos of him riding real soon. I'm sure he's just too busy riding and having fun and saving the editing. But yeah, can't wait. I want to get out there. Mike Vidler saying, great to see you guys are hungry and getting in some terms. Dot is awesome. Yeah, Dot is so good. She's totally a mountain dog now. She's taking on the role. She's going with it. She's mountain biking, longboarding, whatever, hiking. She loves it. Yeah, it'd be good to hear where all you guys are from. I know we got Robbie Barry saying, what's up, here from Pequoson, Virginia. That's a cool sounding name. Graydon Kinsley sucks waiting literally anywhere on the East Coast to open. Yeah, it's always, it's a hard wait for sure. I know one of the frustrating things here too is like other seasons we had where it just like, it dumped like mad. There was just crazy snow coming down in the village. Like you could even ski out to the village, and just to do the administration things and, you know, getting the hill prepared, they weren't opening it up early, and everybody is like, come on guys, you know, you got to get this open early. This is getting ridiculous. And they opened it 1 week early, whether or not that was actually part of their like plan all along. But that first week, this is 2 years ago, that first week was amazing. Like 2-3 foot powder, just deep, like not super heavy, like not light, but not heavy, but just so deep and tough for a first day, that's for sure. Lord Farquhar, literally just put my Genesis on my Liptech Gold member, which was delivered to the UK last weekend. Sick, dude. That's a good combo. Nice. Genesis was the Gold member. Graydon Kingsley saying, Killington and Mount Snow were already open last year at this point. Oh, wow. Yeah, out east, still getting open. Kier 1984 coming in with super chat. Thank you, man. That's awesome. He's saying good luck with your endeavors. Love your videos. Gives me confidence before my trip. Yeah, I know you guys want to see snowboarding. I mean, just from how my latest videos have been doing, that one snowboarding with Andreas is going crazy. It's already on like almost like 18,500 views, which for me is pretty incredible. And that was the only snowboarding one. So I'm keen to, I know you guys want to see snowboarding. I want to go snowboarding. It's definitely good for all of us, I think, to get snowboarding. So I'm going to try to do as much pre-season as possible. And when the season starts, of course, I'll be going every day. Oh, yeah. You want to check out these skis? Where are these skis? Oh, word, check these out. Dude, these are legit. Like old original skis. That's literally just a plank of wood. And we got the snow shoes too. Like, you know, I'm from the 1920s. I just lost my job in the Great Depression. I'm gonna go looking for gold. I got my snowshoes. Let's go. That's kind of where they're at. Junior Caro saying, hey Chris, hey man, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Good to have everybody out here. This is awesome. Already 45 people. Somebody just bounced. Oops. But yeah, great to have everybody out here. I hope you guys are all doing well and getting ready for snow. Getting prepped, you know, now's the time. You got to get your body prepared, even if that just means throwing down some push-ups, doing some balance, getting the hacky sack, getting on the balance board, or even just like jumping on any kind of like balance feature. If you can't get those eyes closed, and use that proprioception, use that third eye, because that's really the one that helps when you're going fast and you just want to be able to quickly correct yourself without even thinking. Junior, he's out in the Alberta Hills. Wasn't Nagista? Isn't that like already open, or that's opening like really soon? I think I read it was already open, but I know that when we were getting the good snow out here, last week, or like, you know, from last week to the week or two before that, you guys were getting pummeled with snow. And so I would expect a lot of those places to be opening up really soon. And if they do, if they open up a lot earlier than here, then maybe we gotta jump over there. Alan, yeah, saying Olaf from San Francisco. Tahoe's still looking green. Dang. Mount Rose is the only thing open and the coverage is bleak. Yeah, that's early season. What are you gonna do? Yeah, I know the ones that Jonathan was riding at. The first like week there was one run. That was it. So everybody's just on one run. I know he just went to Loveland and they set up a little park in there, and they're starting to get some other stuff open. I was looking at TJ's stuff he's putting out, and he said he tried to go off of the runs a few times, and it was a bit of a lottery going through there. You know, he hitting a few sticks and a few rocks and things like that. Awesome, getting a phone call. There we go. McAllister, when you get your hands on the 2020, let's hear your impression. Such a cool concept too, but they don't make one in a size suitable for me. What's your size? Yeah, they make really they make like one or two. Not many, that's for sure. I'm hoping to. I know Comore is going to be doing some demos this year, but they probably, I'm guessing they won't have the 2020 on demo because they only have one, at least up here for now, because it's expensive, and they don't expect to sell too many just due to the price point. But yes, it's not manufactured here, but they're based out of here. They're, you know, all their riders ride here, and so hopefully we get our hands on one of those. That would be amazing. Steve Zimmerman saying, "What's up, Chris? Shout out from Scotland." Shout out from Scotland to the home of the gingers. Yeah, I think I don't actually know if I'm ginger or ginger. No, I'm definitely ginger if I'm Scottish or Irish. But I think it's a bit of both. You know, my dad is ginger and he grew up in London, but I think the bloodline is from the Isles all over. Dylan Stanislaw saying, is the Capita DOA a good board? Yeah, the Capita is really good. I'm gonna get the door. The door is not locked. The door is locked. Oops. Hey. Oh, I got visitors. I didn't leave the door unlocked for them. Jill, you got everything you need there?
Hey, yes, thank you.
Thank you. It's a win-win. Jill gets to take out Dot. They get to share some great times together.
That's what a king.
Yep. Yeah, Dylan's saying about the Capita DOA, yeah. Capita DOA has had a great reputation for a number of years now, and it's just seen as a good all-mountain kind of quiver killer from Capita. It's, yeah, not the greatest for park, but fantastic on like all other parts of the mountain. Kevin is here.
Yo!
Looking fresh. What's up? We have the king.
Hey, what's up? Hello.
He is the king of YouTubing with snowboards.
I feel short.
You got to sit right on your sternum. Sternum? Do you see what's going on back there? It's a very, it needs some work on it. Oh, could you do me a favor? Somebody was calling me. Is there one yonder? Otherwise, here. There's some in the back of my car. No, I have here, where is it? The pumpkin.
Cool.
And it's supposed to be, I gotta fix it somehow, but I need to find a way to insert the bits, but it's supposed to be the SnowboardProCamp emblem.
Oh, nice. Oh, looks good.
I ran out of time, so it's
Cool.
it's kind of a first draft at the
like
moment.
SPC. It's like
A little bit.
just gotta get the angle right. Nice, cool.
It's hard when the hole is so big because you want like small indentations so the light kind of glows through. When the hole is so big, you can just see the whole candle behind there, and that kind of ruins it. Max, what was it? Max Shredder was saying, how is the orca as a quiver killer? And I said, you're the orca guy.
I don't think it's a quiver killer because it's really good on groomers and it's really good all mountain and in powder, but I wouldn't take it into the terrain park. Like I would for kind of fun, but it's not the best terrain park board.
Sweet. Carrie Pierce coming in with the Japal Fund and doggy treats. Thank you so much.
Hey, Carrie.
Yeah, good to have you on here, Carrie. Carrie's an OG. Alex T also saying, indeed, guys, think the boosted board is worth the money. The boosted board is not cheap. It is not cheap. I think it's like 1,200 Canadian or something like that.
Plus, yeah.
But according to Alex couldn't say enough good stuff about it.
I don't think I think it's worth the money if that's gonna be how you get to work every day. Mm-hmm. But because it's kind of like the price of a scooter. But for me, it's not worth it. Obviously, I haven't bought one, so I don't think it's worth it for me just to it's kind of fun in short bits, but I wouldn't buy one.
Or if you're using it to go to the gym, get groceries, go to see your friends.
Yeah, even then, it's kind of awkward. I feel like it's got to be carrying. I wouldn't want to, ride to the grocery store, haul it around the grocery store.
No.
Skate back.
You don't look really cool.
With bags of groceries in my hands. Maybe if it was your commuter though to work, that'd be a cool way to get there.
All right. So I just want to do a quick introduction to the man that needs no introduction. Kevin Pierce, who is the creator and the man behind SnowboardProCamp, which is the largest snowboard YouTube channel out there.
Ever.
You're killing it. You said that your next aim for views is getting towards 100?
100 million.
100 million. Before you know it, you're going to be doing that Austin Powers, Dr. Evil ransom where you're like, I need 20 billion views. Yeah, dude, that's crazy good. So, and you've seen it from the start. When it was nobody else was putting out videos. Yeah,
and there was no other YouTube snowboard YouTubers. Mm-hmm. Then there was obviously snowboard videos on YouTube. Yeah. But it was more people were just putting stuff there as a way to put stuff.
Yeah. There's some people putting up kind of projects here and there, but there was no consistent. People giving advice about riding and how to ride.
There's nothing consistent, no. And so I think I was maybe one of the first to really actually commit say to doing a lot of videos a year. Yeah.
And of those guys that are committed, you're the only one that's still around, that's for sure.
Well, there's a whole new crop of snowboard YouTubers coming up.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, so all the it's always constant evolution. And you kind of seen the community go from being just a few, 100 people, 1,000 people to...
Oh, the community on here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. From the live chats, from talking to you guys, it's it's cool because now that I've had a chance to do some traveling and meet people at other resorts as well, can put faces to all the names out there. Mm-hmm. And then live chats like this one, talking to everybody over the last couple of years. It's definitely grown the online snowboard community, I think. Yeah,
because obviously there's a little bit of a disconnect between talking into a screen and we see you guys talking on there, which is fantastic, but when you actually meet somebody in person, it's totally different. And where was that really random one where you were in Australia in a Turkish restaurant and the owner, it was this older gentleman?
Yeah, we were in Sydney and we were in it was called I don't know, I can't remember the name of it. It was the Turkish Brothers Pizza hut or something, and we were getting pizzas, and there was this, it seemed to be maybe a Turkish family, maybe not, but it was and then the dad was a fan of the channel, which was super random. Yeah, just on the outskirts of Sydney, which isn't even really it's not a snowboard hub or anything. Sydney, Australia,
not so much. It's definitely a hub of some kind, but not snowboarding. But yeah, and then that's amazing. And traveling basically everywhere you go, Chile, Japan, Europe, you're always meeting people. And
Yeah, always meeting people. Yeah, I met Engen on there, met Carrie Pierce, met a bunch of people on here. Yeah, it's been awesome.
speaking of Engen, he's coming in with a super chat. Bone for Dog Fund.
Nice.
Sweet. That'll go towards something for sure. Feel Unbelievable. Hey, how's it going? Good to have you up here. She has a super chat saying, Japal Fun, what's up, Chris? Just bought the 2020 Warpig.
Cool.
Sick. Yeah, that's a nice board.
Yeah.
I gotta be getting myself a board. The board's, it's kind of like an itch under your skin, and it keeps getting worse. I gotta get me something. But yeah, the 2020 Warpig will be a fantastic board for the season.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll get into a couple of questions, and then we'll ask Kevin some more about his journey to the center of the snowboard world.
Fun.
Nathan McAllister saying, I lean more on the aggressive side. I was just very taxing for you to charge on fairly stiff boots. Yeah, that's true. Caroline Vargas saying, hi from Brazil. Congratulations for your channel. Legal. Thank you.
Nice.
I know legal means cool.
Awesome.
One of my two Brazilian words. That's not actually a Portuguese word. That's Brazilian slang.
Oh, cool.
Junior Caro got a stump ape. Won't have any foot issue with that board. Yeah, that's the one that Andreas seems to be really excited about.
Yeah, super wide. I guess tree board.
It's crazy wide.
Yeah.
That's the only board that I've seen this season where I couldn't just pull the sleeve off of it. Like it was pinching the sleeve on the sides.
Oh, didn't make the sleeves big enough.
No, I had to spray some grease in there and wiggle it out.
Cool. Yeah, you shouldn't have any toe overhang with that one, or heel.
Emilian Popoff is saying, I think my first day on the hill will be the 6th or the 7th of December. Awesome. That's pretty close.
Yeah.
What is it today? The 28th?
29th maybe? I don't know.
It's close to Halloween. You got any plans? Got any costumes?
Nothing for Halloween, no. Maybe
Okay.
watch a movie or something.
Yeah, The Exorcist 3.
I did watch The Exorcist 3 the other night. It's not that good.
Oh, no.
It's kind of boring
No.
and weird.
I kind of thought it might be.
Yeah.
One of the channels that I know Kevin and I like to watch is the Red Letter Media, and they were saying, Exorcist 3, check it out.
Don't.
Oh, man. Alan saying, I have size 14 boots last year. I was on the 169 wide flagship and only really had issues with steep icy runs where the heel cup hit instead of the edge. Okay, wow. That's, I guess,
Nice.
must have just been dragging.
Yeah, still got some overhang there. Maybe look at something like the stump ape. You need to go wider. I don't think your heel cup should be hitting at all, really.
Or just raise your bindings about 6 inches off the board, and that'll also give you clearance.
Yeah. Have you had so the Travis Rice, that's a wide you got? Have you had any of your toes or heels hit?
Like a tiny.
Oh, really?
Tiny bit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just on like trying to do those real deep carves.
Oh, yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
barely. Not on the Storm Chaser though.
Okay.
Storm Chaser's good. Have you had any on any of your recent purchases?
No.
Is the headspace? Is that like a wide-ish
Just
board?
regular.
anyway?
Just regular.
Okay. Yeah, because Kevin is riding mostly the GNU headspace
For park, yeah.
and Orca.
Orca 159, which is like, there's no different widths in the Orca. They're all just, I guess, wide.
And for powder.
And yeah, that's the powder one.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about if it was like 2 feet of powder? Do you have a powder specific?
No, I'd still ride the Orca.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Get the Canon, dude. Two
No.
203.
No, it's too hard.
Junior's doing good. Waiting for the winter. Awesome. Old man Shredder, what's up, man? How's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. What's happening? Hur mår du? Allt bra? Everything good in Svenska, I hope. You been putting up any stuff recently? We gotta go check out some of Old Man Shredder's stuff. He's one of the OG crew too. Yeah, dude, hope you're doing well. Junior Crow saying Nakiska was open for a preview weekend. So Nakiska is one of the resorts out in Alberta, and they were getting a fair amount of snow. So that's cool. It was open. What is that, like a beta test for a resort? They just kind of see what happens and then go for more. Engine's trying to get spooned from somebody. Cool. Guys are planning your trips. That's awesome. Elijah Huck is asking if I'm going to be riding the Storm Chaser this season. Yeah, man. That board is it's so much fun. Great float. I think I might just have to like trim down a tiny bit and just to maximize the float on the board. Obviously, float is proportional to weight.
What size do you have?
I think it's been a while since I actually looked at it, but I'm going with the 54.
Okay.
Yeah, but super wide. The nose is like crazy wide on it. And you have the old Orca that you have is
53.
and the new one is
59.
And you prefer the 59?
Well, I haven't really tested it in deep snow, but I have a feeling it's going to be better.
You don't notice? You said they're the same width, right? So there's not so much like
59 is probably a bit wider.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't feel much edge to edge, popping around, getting loose.
No, but it's a little bit, it's just more length. It's just a bit more to steer. It just takes a little bit more effort to steer. Mm-hmm. But I don't mind it. I think I like that. Yeah.
Well, if it's a 59 and it's already like a wide volume shifted board, I know I used to ride like 62 to 64 on like powder days.
Yeah.
And that was like a regular, like the old school regular snowboards.
Yeah. So I'm still downsizing really from what my powder board would be.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever ridden the DOA?
Yeah, a bunch last year. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's like a little bit, it's like a mid flexing board. So it's like a 5 to 6. And yeah, it's good for everything in the park, like on the groomers. It's not a powder board, so it's not like it's not good in the powder. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's good everywhere else except for powder. It's good.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. I was gonna ask you a few questions about your last year.
Cool.
So I'm just kind of throw stuff out there. If you guys have any questions, throw them in the bottom, and you can ask Kevin about his life as the snowboard king. I remember one of the most recent, infamous videos was the old David Jones like snowboarders of YouTube.
Yeah.
With you with like the Burger King hat on.
That was
the
funny.
king.
That was funny.
That was hilarious. That was kind of one of our first introductions to David Jones, like in the early days.
One of them, yeah. Shout out David Jones. Yeah. He's the man, killing it on the fingerboard videos.
And
yeah, he kind of like helped to bring the snowboard community together of like creators. So because he was like calling out some other people that I think that's when we all started maybe talking a bit more.
Yeah, and even like coming over with Matt Miniacci, and that was injured at that point, so I didn't get to ride with him. But I managed to eat a burrito with him. That's something. Yeah, we came out. That was really fun. Yeah, it was like a spring riding session, so we got to ride with a couple of the other snowboard YouTubers, so that was fun. Yeah, Matt from like New York State, I think where he lives, and from David from New Zealand. He lives on the North Island.
He lives in Auckland, yeah.
In Auckland. And you've been traveling all around the world snowboarding.
Yeah.
What is kind of like a couple of top memories you have of the last year?
Last year or so.
Okay, what about in Jackson Hole? What was a good memory from there?
Jackson Hole, yeah, some incredible times. It's definitely had some really fun, like steep powder runs through trees. Jackson is like a very steep mountain, so that was cool. Like, it's a bit more tricky to ride because it's steeper, but it was like a new challenge, so that was fun.
And then you're in Chile.
Chile, the volcanoes there were like I think the highlight, and like I think the best. It was like the contours of the mountain were very different. Like you're riding down these kind of big gullies that I'm sure were formed by lava like way back in the day. And so the terrain, the whole very wide open like gullies of powder that Chile had. It was pretty cool. And all the sunsets in Chile were really amazing too, like really reddish like skies, like as the mountain was coming to a close.
Cool. And then, of course, Japao. Japao's been
Yeah.
You've been 2 years in a row?
Yeah, so the last trip to Niseko, I think the highlight was probably the last day. We like hiked to the top of the mountain. I think it's the mountain's called Harafu maybe. And we got to the top.
Sounds like a Disney character.
Or maybe it
Lion
wasn't
King.
called that. I can't remember what it's called, Annapurna. But we hiked to the top and then went down through this like untouched powder, and like it was really like hopping from pillow to pillow. Like not like big
Shouldn't have
pillows,
asked you.
but just kind of like naturally, like your board just was like popping out of the snow and back in. So it was like riding on a cloud for sure.
I'm green with jealousy right now. Okay, we'll get back into a couple. Got a couple super chats here. Wade McKenzie, how's it going, man? Hopefully you're doing well. He's asking, have you ever been to ride at Mount Tremblant out in Quebec?
Yeah, that was like my first ever snowboard trip was to Mount Tremblant.
Wow.
It was a ski trip. It was back, I think I was like 13 years old, and I had just started skiing like maybe that year. And a friend of mine called me up last minute and he asked me if I wanted to go to Tremblant for like a weekend or something. And his dad drove us.
You gotta call that friend back and thank him.
Yeah. I remember him and
You
his
changed my life.
I remember him and his dad picked me up first thing in the morning, and his dad was like, "Kevin, you have pancakes for breakfast?" And I was like, "No." So it's kind of like a funny start to the trip. I guess I smell like pancakes. And then yeah, it was like really fun. It was pretty tough though. It was like, yeah, that was my first like bigger hill experience over on the East Coast there.
Because your local ones are kind of small.
Yeah, my like local resorts are really small. Like only
He got.
like from riding from your house here to the bottom of the road kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. She's so excited. Jill, thanks for taking out Dot.
Yeah, no worries.
She's full of beans now.
Dot, come here.
And yeah, hopefully all you guys are doing great. We're being teased with winter at the moment, wouldn't you say? It's kind of coming and going, it's coming, it's going.
It feels like it's cold enough now, and because we got some snow like just over a week ago, and then some of it melted.
Do you think
and
part
now
of
it's cold?
the part of the preparation for winter is the ground is really starting to feel the freezing in its bones?
Yep.
Like
yeah.
down deep. Like
it's getting frigid.
You get the ground cold and then you get the snow. That's the best
yeah.
way to do it, rather than hot ground with snow.
That's a good combo. Yeah. Well, either way.
Snow's good.
Well, maybe a hot ground with snow that could like fuse together.
Oh, that's true. That's almost like welding the snow on.
But I'm cheating though too, because I'm gonna go to Colorado.
Oh, darn. So what's your plan?
First week in November, gonna go for like 7 days.
Nice.
Head down to Keystone.
I
and
hope Whistler
go somewhere.
opens the same weekend.
Yeah, that'd be.
It's not looking like it at the moment, that's for sure. It'd have to get some miracle snow.
I think it's just too sunny.
We need a miracle.
Maybe
of
there's
snow.
Can you tell if they're blowing snow up top?
They have been.
Okay.
Not today, by the looks of it. But no, I've seen like, you guys have seen when they blow snow, especially when it's like dirt. There's just a little poof, little poof coming out. The mountain, looks like this big, and just over here, there's just a little poof coming out there.
A little snow gun.
A little snow gun, just shooting some snow around. Yeah, so I think the moment they normally do in Whistler the fourth Thursday of the month, which is also American Thanksgiving, and then if things go well, then they open it up a week early. That's generally.
I think most of the time they open it up that week early. Like even when I've thought they wouldn't, and I end up going away, they always open it, and then I'm like, I wish I was there. They seem to always open it at least 1 week early.
It kind of seems like, you're selling a product.
Yeah.
So you do it at the normal retail price, but actually you're going to always take 10% off. And that's always part of the deal. So you say, look, guys, 10% off. And they're like, wow, we're saving 10%. That's amazing. But really, you're not saving.
It's built into the price.
Yeah.
Original.
Oh, Mr. Triple Power is saying he's got the Never Summer Instigator. And he
Nice.
loves it. Oh, I was thinking, oh no, that's the Litigator. I was getting that confused. The Litigator looks cool. It's got the big cat face. This guy.
Yeah, it's really different.
Old Man Shredder saying Kevin pulled the trigger. He pulled the trigger on a pair of Vans Vans High Standard OG.
Nice. How do they feel? How do they feel on your feet? Just if you've had them on at all, I'd be interested to know.
Which ones have you got?
So I used to have the High Standards Pro. I think the High Standard OGs are different, but very similar. And now I have the Vans sequels, but the High Standards Pro were like my most comfortable pair of boots I've ever put on my feet. So
Wow.
yeah, I'm curious to know
I remember you put out that video, like the most comfortable boots ever.
Yep.
About the Vans.
I stand by it.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man. They fit Kevin's feet. You should put a 3D model of your foot online, and then people will go, okay, so the Vans fit that foot, and then they can compare their foot to your foot.
Yeah.
And then if it's a match, get the Vans.
And then I'll put out a series of beanies. One will be made of cashmere.
Yep.
And the last one will be made of like Velcro. And then
Velcro?
we'll see if comfort is still a preference, just like an opinion.
Cashmere Velcro.
I love the Velcro. It's so comfortable.
Well, you think someone's making like a boot with a bear trap on the inside? Guys, once your foot's in, it doesn't let go. We use our patented bear trap to hold your foot in place. And you're like, wow, I haven't had my foot out of this thing for days.
That's funny.
Mike Vidler saying tips on starting a channel. So what's your one tip? I know you mentioned this before.
For starting a channel is like find just I don't know, there's some I want to give a lot of tips. I'm just thinking what's the best one. I would say like you definitely want to pick a topic that you're very interested in.
You'll be spending a lot of time doing stuff around it, so
yep. And then don't worry about your setup, just in terms of your gear, just do it with whatever you have. If you're filming on your phone, if you film on an old camera or old GoPro, just start with something. The gear probably matters the least. It's just about like just doing it.
Just getting stuff out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't focus on the like analyzing all the numbers and stuff too much. Just think about like what you want to create and do it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I would say like one of the things I did back in the day too much was like worry about all the other things. And then if I had just focused more on creating, then I would have made more videos, and that's the most important thing, I think.
Yeah. I've noticed that. You start to get focused too much on making a really good video, and you kind of lose sight of like the initial, like what you're doing, like why you're doing it. Just kind of like overproducing it or thinking too much about lighting and angles and whether or not like bits kind of work out. It's about getting as much of you out there as possible to get more comfortable. And then once you find like your identity that you're happy with, going with that. And
Yeah.
I'm still kind of finding mine. I guess you've been doing this long enough that you're
Yeah, but I'm still learning too. Every day, just learning more
evolving.
and more. Evolving.
Mr. Triple Power saying SnowboardProCamp works because you guys provide great advice.
Thanks.
Thank you. Kai05, what do you guys do in the off season? Well, you don't have an off season. Kevin's on all the time, like I don't know, something that's on all the time. The TV in an old folks' home.
Yep. But when we're not snowboarding, like go for like a nice hike somewhere, watch some movies.
Yeah, you need some downtime, right? You're filming, you're editing, social media stuff. It's nice to turn it off for a little bit every now and then.
Yeah.
Which doesn't mean if you see Kevin out and about, you can't say hello. Go up and say, hey, give him a hug. He loves it. Kevin Soda saying, it's great what Kevin and the rest of you guys did. Hope you guys are bringing the snowboard community together.
Nice.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I'm sure you feel similar. I think it's definitely one of the coolest things about this is seeing it grow and seeing it evolve and getting to know the people. And
yeah, the most rewarding part is like meeting people and also like meeting the other YouTubers as well. And yeah, that's the stuff that like sticks with you.
And even
For
when
sure.
people are talking with each other online and like planning trips together.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, we help facilitate that.
I know, like a lot
Yay.
of people have become friends and like have gone riding together and stuff too. So
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That is what it's about. Angry Ginger Beard Man. Whoa, that's me sometimes. What do you guys think about Mount Baker? It's big.
Yeah,
It
I
looks
haven't been there.
good.
Yeah, I gotta go check it out. We should go check it out sometime. Just do a day trip or a weekend trip.
I think the problem with Baker too is that we can see that from Vancouver, and so you're like, oh yeah, there's Baker over there, yonder. But actually, it's from Vancouver, it's still about a 4 to 5 hour drive, and
Wow.
it turns into like a pretty good trip.
Okay,
But yeah, you could
we'll get there.
do it. You just have to really give her.
One day of driving, a couple days of riding, drive back.
Junior Caruso, I want to get a three board.
I want to get
Three board.
maybe
any
maybe
recommended for all
they mean
mountain?
3 boards.
Any recommendations for an all mountain? What do you you love your Orca,
Yeah,
the Orca guy,
I'd recommend that for all mountain.
and you've been going. You've been trying lots of different boards. Opportunity to ride different styles of boards, and so having
Yeah.
had a rounded riding experience,
Yeah.
you're happy with the Orca. You don't really see too many
Well-
others.
Well, because like when I'm riding all mountain, it's like mainly when I'm doing that, I'm also riding in the powder. So it's like I want a board that's like going to be good in powder, but then also like pretty good everywhere else when like I'm off of the powder area. And so that's like my priority is like a powder board that you can also take to other places. And then when I'm not riding powder, I'm in the terrain park. So then having like a separate board, like a good park board. So in between there, I don't do a lot of like riding in between. Like say like all mountain when it's not a powder day. So it's like, I think your all mountain board should be a bit more powder focused if that's the kind of riding you want to do too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
No Halloween videos.
All stacker. Yeah, I don't know. What can we do for Halloween videos?
Put our heads together and think of something.
You can come back as the ghost of Sherman Bobbins or whatever.
Who?
The guy that created the first, the original like snowboard
Oh,
with the rope attached.
just like a black and white old timey video. Just
Yeah.
carrying our boards through the woods and going down hills and meeting some kind of having some kind of scary incident in the woods.
I found out you invested in a company that went broke.
Is that the right time? 4:50?
No, that's actually 20 minutes too fast.
Okay.
I don't know why because the power went out here and they got set and they were both right, but then somebody did something to that bottom clock and changed it 20 minutes ahead.
Okay.
I don't know what their problem is or why they want to mess with me. Yeah, you guys are talking about Banff. We have not been. I've been to Banff actually when I was about 5, and
Nice.
don't remember too much. We actually went in the summer, but I know after going to Revelstoke, that's kind of
The same vibe?
it's like a diplomatic like outreach towards the Albertan crew, and we've dipped our toes in the water. And although it wasn't the best trip in terms of snow, are you gonna go back that way this year?
Yeah, I would like to definitely check out some more resorts out east of here, Banff or some other spots in the interior.
Yeah, there's a lot of a lot of good spots.
Banff is so popular. It would be cool to go there just to like know what it's like and get the experience.
If any of you guys work at any of these resorts, I know at least I'd love a pass just for a day or two. That'd be fantastic. Jonathan Muntz, hey man, he's saying where and when is going to be the next big trip with the Wild Gang? Kev, Chris, TJ, Andreas. Is when you go to Colorado, is TJ going to be there as well?
Yes.
Okay. Is he coming back and going back?
No, he's staying.
Staying.
Yeah.
Oh man, I knew it. I knew that. As soon as he got on that plane, I was like, he's not coming back until Whistler's open. So yeah, you guys are gonna be shredding together in Colorado, and then
Yeah.
once the season opens here,
Yeah, we'll be riding together
until
here,
Japan.
opening day.
And then do you have anything planned between opening day in Japan?
No plans, no.
Okay.
Just looking at the weather. Maybe Baker or something, you know?
Nice.
Or out east. Like something that's like a drive. Unless the entire area is getting like shut out of snow. Then we'll have to like
We should get
go
that.
farther.
We should get that the Mount Bachelor board and go ride in Mount Bachelor.
There's a Mount Bachelor board.
The Super 8.
Oh,
It's got the
okay.
map of Mount Bachelor. It's like Josh Dirkson's.
Cool.
Dirksen does like the Dirksen Derby down at Mount Bachelor. It's his home mountain. But yeah, Kevin was there 2 years ago.
At Bachelor, yeah, Bachelor is a really fun mountain. Yeah, I love it. It'd be cool to check out, yeah, that Dirksen Derby.
Yeah, I know you did that a great video on Kevin's channel, which is riding with a local in Mount Bachelor.
Yeah.
Super fun, deep powder.
That was a fun day with Doug.
Doug, the beard.
Yeah, some fun videos at Bachelor, yeah. It's a fun mountain.
Old Man Shredder, super chat. Saying just been walking around in the vans for half an hour, but they feel fantastic.
Amazing,
It's a
yeah.
Good start. You guys
Nice.
do some squats. Squats are always good. Really push out that hiney. Get nice and low. And yeah, I guess the more you can do in the boots beforehand, the more it helps you. Do you think you can wear them too much before? If you're just wearing them like 10 hours a day, you're working from home, you're in the office, you're at your desk, at home, you're wearing the boots. You go to take the dog for a walk, you got your boots on, you go to the supermarket in your boots.
I think, honestly, from my experience with boots, it's like when they hurt, and even after you wear them, they still hurt your feet. So that's why it's really important to like, yeah, make sure you get a pair that don't hurt your feet from the start. Just when you're walking around, do they feel good in the store? Spend a half an hour in them. But yeah, it's like I don't think like for my boots, I don't break them in ahead of time. I just go straight up the mountain, and
So
they felt good.
You try them on in the store, you buy them, and then you get them on the morning that you're going riding.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's it. Because I've done the opposite too, where I have like worn them around for like days and days and hours a day, and then I go up the mountain and then I kill my
Just for
feet.
days on end, traveling through the wasteland, scrounging for food.
And then I go up the mountain and I wear them for like a week on the mountain trying to break them in. And after that week, they still hurt my feet. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's just my experience, but I found that when they hurt your feet, they hurt your feet. And when they don't, they don't.
Truer words have never been said. And would you recommend somebody to put on the boots, and if the person's busy, if they get asked to take the boots off, they can maybe like hide in part of the store and just like wait there, maybe stand behind a mannequin or something like that?
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
some extra time with the boots on.
Yeah, get lots of time with the boots on in the store.
And Jen with super chat, hey man, thank you. Shout out to El Stagger for doing a backflip. Oh, El Stagger's doing backflips. Make
Nice.
sure you're being safe. Was that trampolining, I'm guessing? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Chuck Van's on here. Hey man, good to have you here. It's a bit late to the party, but good morning everybody.
I feel like El Stacker was maybe doing a Halloween video involving pumpkins, backflips,
Yep.
maybe like a dock or a trampoline. So I can just picture El Stacker with pumpkins bouncing beside him on the trampoline
flying all over
as
the
he's
place.
backflipping. That's a good Halloween video. Let's we need a trampoline somewhere.
You know how they have those like tiny pumpkins like
Yeah.
nowadays? If you get one of those in like a potato shooter or something and just boonk.
Or do the off snow training where you're like throwing pumpkins at somebody as they're trying to balance on a training bar.
Oh yeah, it's like Matrix.
No, you're like balancing on a pumpkin while somebody's throwing mini pumpkins at you. It's like Spider-Man style. What was that villain? Wasn't there a villain that throws pumpkins?
Oh yeah,
Spider-Man?
the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
It's a mix between that and Bullet Time in the Matrix. This is quite a good question from New Renaissance. What is your diet on your riding days?
So normally I think I would have oatmeal for breakfast with like berries, bananas, syrup, maybe like
A lot of syrup?
oat milk. Yeah, not a lot of syrup, but some syrup.
Wow, that syrup.
And like probably like a lot of it too. So then I can just have like a snack on the mountain. Mm-hmm. Maybe a smoothie as well. Smoothie too.
We are in the camp of eating before the mountain, eating after, and then having
Yeah.
a snack while you're on there. Maximize your riding time.
Yeah.
And usually the mountain is quietest at lunchtime when everybody's
Yeah.
off. And of course, food at the mountain
It's expensive.
is expensive.
Yeah, you get tired after eating lunch, I find.
Yeah, it's too heavy.
If you have a big lunch. And afterwards, like, yeah, where do we go? Like maybe get some
Some tacos and burritos.
yeah, some tacos, burritos,
sushis.
some veggie sushi, maybe some veggie ramen. Yeah, lots of
And then on
still keeping it pretty light afterwards because we have to go take all our stuff off, edit videos.
yeah, and then on the mountain, like you have fruit and nuts or like a Cliff Bar or
Yeah,
like
usually
Lara Bar or something.
Some kind of bar. I like the Luna bars actually. They say they're for women on the back, but I like the they're kind of like they're almost like a Rice Krispie treat.
Okay.
Yeah, so I like the Luna bars.
You haven't
Yeah.
found you're like empathizing with people more now or something.
Maybe. Joe, what time is it?
It is 4:38.
Okay. We have to go look at an apartment.
Oh, you guys are looking at an apartment soon?
We're looking at an apartment at 5.
Okay, and you guys are moving because you want
We need
to
more space.
need more
And
space
get a
Have us too many snowbirds.
and get a dog.
And because
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're looking at getting a little pooch, and of course, you know, like if you guys don't know about the Whistler housing crisis, what planet have you been on? There's a big housing crisis in Whistler. Even Andreas' friend who came here to look at, they had a big job fair for the mountain, for all the different positions that they have with the mountain, so all the lifties, all the cooks, all the hotel staff and everything like that, and then also some of the other hotels were doing similar. And he said even after that and going and seeing all the people, that getting a job, there's lots and lots of work available, but there's not lots of accommodation available, so they can't even say for him, we can offer you a job, but we can't offer you a place yet. And so it's all
Right.
just up in the air.
Chris, you did such a good job on that pumpkin. That's amazing.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. That's awesome.
Still in the works. I need like
SnowboardProCamp
I need a Dremel
documentary.
saw. I need like one of those little drill bits to just get all the curves out there and
Still
everything.
though, that's really well done.
Well, it's very hard to do the bit in between the arms and the board.
Oh yeah.
Like if you look on
Yeah.
Kevin's head here, just turn your head a tiny bit this way. Okay, that's good. Yeah, the little dot just there and there.
Need some
Right.
toothpicks.
Toothpicks. Aye, that is it. Dude, have you done this before?
Yeah.
Okay. we do have that.
Like making pumpkins with like you use pumpkin toothpicks to hold the eyepiece,
Nice.
the pupils.
Okay, so you going now?
We got a couple more minutes.
Couple
yeah.
minutes, okay.
Yeah.
If you guys have any last questions for Kevin, throw them in there. Remember, super chats are going to get answered quicker too, so if you want to do that, that would be awesome. Junior Crow saying my plan this year is to get in with good, to get good in the trees. Okay, yeah,
Nice.
of course.
Look in between them.
Stopping or hitting trees, that is a good idea. Yeah, you don't want to hit the trees. Yeah, just start.
Lots of steering. Lots of quick turns.
You want to get a board, which is set up for it. You want to get in terrain that you feel comfortable with. So start off with wide trees, get more narrow, and go with some buddies, and really just looking as far ahead as possible. Using your whole body, getting loose. You gotta work it.
Helmet's good in the trees.
Helmet's definitely good. Yeah, no, I was gonna say Bono. Is it Bono?
We're going to get Andreas wearing a helmet this year.
Yeah, I don't know how. Maybe if we super glue it to his head. Just start a petition. Graydon Kingsley saying he's going to Whistler for the first time in January. I was wondering if you guys had a favorite run you recommend. When you say favorite run or favorite area?
Yeah, probably the favorite area is like Spanky's Ladder on Blackcomb.
Yeah, that's really good.
On a powder day, like on a good powder day.
That's so fun.
And that's probably the best area. There's some really great tree areas in around Crystal. There's a few nice glider runs in there on the way out to Seventh Heaven on Blackcomb. There's some nice glider runs to check out in there. But yeah, I like the stuff off the top. Even like Big Bang, kind of anything steep and fresh is where it's at. So especially if you get up early, if you get up when things aren't too tracked out and you're comfortable, just go up to the top, have a look in some of those steep double black diamond bowls, and see if you want to give them a go. IlK101 saying, Chris Bro, how was the snowboarding in that sticky snow the other day? Just watched your video a couple hours ago. Awesome, man. Thanks for watching. Hope you snapped down a like on that sucker. It was really good. I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be fantastic. It's still like super early season conditions. I was riding Kevin's old Burton Process, which is not designed for early season heavy powder.
No.
But it's Burton, so it's got the EST, so it's super easy to move it around. Just set it up as far back as I could, and it was not about how good the snow was. It was the experience of being out there and just being able to ride in October, and it was amazing.
Was it better than a groomer?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, maybe like fresh corduroy, that like super fresh corduroy, that could be a different thing, but. It was kind of just like treacly, just heavy, like leaning in earlier. Everything's just slower.
Yeah, okay. It looked fun.
Looks so fun.
Yeah. Any tree riding tips? Yeah, we covered most of them, I guess.
Yeah, look in between the trees.
Safety first.
Lots of turns.
Usually it's good to know all the terrain around there. Like when I would go exploring more into trees, normally I would go a bit just off the run, and then I go in a bit further, and then a bit further, and a bit further, and a bit further, and that way you just get build up a really good picture about where to go, and then you start coming in one point, coming out at a different point, and then you just get this like great overview of the area. If you just go straight in, which unfortunately I have done sometimes, you can end up in places that you don't want to be.
Yeah, always go in with like a crew as well, and like keep an eye on each other, because tree wells, like be aware of the tree wells.
Yeah.
I think I can do one more question.
Okay, one more question. Let's have a little look at the bottom. Any questions for Kevin? Throw them in. We'll give you guys 10 or 15 seconds. Well, I have a question for you. What is the thing or things that you're most looking forward this year that might be different from previous years?
I think I'm most looking forward to maybe getting into like the backcountry here in Whistler a little bit more. So with the split boards, maybe going up top and exploring a few new places.
Getting the tent out, building some ice caves?
No tents yet.
Okay.
But what yeah.
I think it's definitely a whole new side that when you start to get into, you realize like the potential and how amazing it is.
Some cool potential. Also, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say.
Meeting more people.
But
that's been, I'm sure you've been looking forward to that for many years now.
Oh yeah.
You need to get not little John. What was that? What's the rapper that follows TJ on Instagram?
Oh yeah, Lil Jon.
Is
Yeah.
it Lil Jon?
No,
Yeah.
Lil Wayne. No.
Lil Jon.
Lil Jon.
Lil Jon.
Amanda wants to know, Kevin, will you be in Whistler beginning of January? Probably. I'll probably be here at the beginning of January, yeah.
Who knows? Kevin is like an enigma at best sometimes.
All right, sweet. Thanks for having me. I gotta go.
Bam.
See you guys.
Bye, Chris.
See ya.
Bye,
Yeah,
Josh.
good questions. Good questions, guys.
See you, Kev.
Am I supposed to? I was gonna give the camera a kiss.
Oh, you want to be the camera?
No.
It's got 3 candles in there.
So awesome. You did such a
Nice,
great
good
job.
work.
It took me literally 5 minutes, and it was like just before setting this up, I was like sawing it with one of the kitchen knives. Oh, you gotta get this done before it. Don't chop my finger off.
It's
mine?
amazing.
I think that one is yours, actually.
That is, yeah. I was like, this doesn't look like mine.
Alright, so you want Carcassonne?
I'll come back for it later.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
Cool.
Yeah, Chris, we're already gonna run so quick, but we gotta be there by 5, so.
Farewell. Goodbye.
So
Auf Wiedersehen. Sayonara.
She was really good on the walk.
Amazing.
She's so good on the leash now. Like she's so.
Dude, you guys saw Dot out snowboarding. She's amazing. She is the adventure dog. Yeah, one of my plans for this year is to get Dot out on more snowboard adventures. Because especially, when you get towards the winter, sun's going down at about 3:34. You're coming off of the mountain, and even then, coming off the mountain, you don't really have any time to walk the dog in the light. So if you can take the dog to the light, to the snow, then that's definitely 2 birds with 1 stone right there.
Bye, John. Love you.
Bad Riders, what's up, man? Good to have you on here. He's saying, when are you doing gear vids? Yeah, more gear. There's more gear out there to be had. I'm doing down at Comore store in Whistler, which is where we're doing with Andreas so far. They just had got the Capita in recently. We've been waiting for that one. Normally they get it in late. Capita, for some reason, they get the gear out close, later than a lot of the other brands. But they've got about 8 boards in from the Capita series, so that's next on the list. And then also Ride Burton, and then I'm gonna get into some bindings and some boots as well. And yeah, try to do as much of the bindings and boots as possible, and then see how the rest of the apparel stuff does when we get a bit closer to that. Gary Wincherman saying, Chris, are you gonna ride the T-Rise Pro again this year? Thinking of buying one. Would you recommend it for icy groomers and learning to ride powder? Dude, that's what it's best at. Icy groomers, powder. Yeah, I was having no problem, like a foot of fresh powder and below. It's really good, even just having it set up in true twin stance as well, centered 15 and 15 or 18 and 18. It held up really well. Bit deeper than that, then yeah, you're either going to want to shift it back or switch up your board. And with that magnet traction, that was my first board I bought that's had magnet traction. And I love it. It's great. We do get a few icy patches, nothing like what you guys have. Not necessarily you guys, but some of you guys have out on the East Coast and whatnot. It's not that icy, but at least here it handled the ice fantastically. Kevin's saying bye to Kevin. Road trip schedule from DJ Kayleen. Dude, that's kind of taking the back seat at the moment. I'm first going to be waiting until Whistler opens and then just riding that as much as possible up into Christmas and past Christmas. And then I think that when we kind of satiated that initial need for snowboarding and got a few days in there, then we're going to start thinking about that. But it's also going to be based around just what snow conditions are happening around the area. So for instance, if it's kind of mild here, maybe we're getting kind of rainy snow in Whistler, but in Alberta or down in Oregon or Washington, then they're getting good snow. Then we're just going to go to wherever that's at. So yeah, you can keep, if you guys, what's the name of that website? There's a website, if you guys know, drop it in, but it keeps a track of all the ski resorts around the world. And then one of the options you can do is list it by fresh snow. So they'll just list where has the best, freshest snow in the world. And yeah, if you just keep an eye on that and there's someone nearby, then get out there. Adam Cole, he's saying, I want to get a proper power board for the season, thinking about 2020. Dude, that's a sick looking board. Will it handle most of the West Coast, or should I go with something more directional? Yeah, I think the one of the concerns that I have with the 2020 is on those really deep, heavier powder days. I think you get in a float. The powder hull, like I've never ridden it, but talking to Andreas, he said he definitely feels it. And that's basically, it's giving you that lift from literally the air passing underneath the hull, giving you a rise. And then on the backside, something similar too. But I feel as it is, it's a true twin. And it's kind of, designed to be set up as a true twin. Once you get past that foot range, I think kind of like, it's probably got better float than the T-Rise Pro, but similar to that once you get above a foot of snow, then it might get a little bit tougher. So I think you could get away with it, but especially on those heavy, deep days, that's going to be harder for sure. Mr. Milla High Ninja, stoked for the Capita video. Yeah, man, I think Capita might have the best looking graphics this year. I was pretty impressed with Solomon. Solomon got some good graphics too. Yes, graphics are good. LibTech, they're okay. Jones is kind of Jones' own thing. It's got that kind of very much like the mountain natural vibe to it. A lot of wood veneer, a lot of like mountain graphics and whatnot. But the Capita I feel is always really, really strong. Amanda Lynn. Amanda, how's it going? Great to have you on here. She says, say oogie, woogie, boogie, oogie. Cool. DJL Klein on the snow. That's the website if you guys want to keep a track. Yeah, that would be a nice way to do it if you were one of those Leonardo DiCaprio, just keeping an eye and you see, oh, there's like 80 centimeters in Switzerland. Off you go. Oh, I can smell somebody cooking like a cake. Somebody's cooking a cake nearby. I feel like I want to do a bear and just follow it with my nose. Bad Rider saying, I'm really drawn to the Super range. The Super DOA looks awesome, as does the Super Pig and the Ultra Minecraft. My girlfriend is going to kill me. Yeah, the Super and the Ultras. Yeah, they're that seems to be. I'm talking from some people, some like insiders. That seems to be where a lot of brands are going. Is that they're moving more towards having these super boards, and also keeping the graphics minimal and not changing them. And so a lot of times where they'll be just, instead of making a new graphic each year, just kind of shifting the boards over, which I can see the good side because that does mean less waste. It's gonna make things a little bit greener, which is always good. But there's always something nice about getting, that year's board with that year's graphic. Everybody knows it's new. Cool, a lot of good talk about boards in here. Bad Rider saying that the Ultra Fear from last year is his pick for the best looking board. ALK 101 saying to see you guys done a lot of board reviews. You guys planning on doing some binding reviews? I'm thinking about getting a new pair this year. I would like to hear yours and Andreas' opinion. Yep, definitely planning to. I think that just boards have a bit more, like people get more excited about boards and they are usually willing to look and put more time and effort into what board they get, and hence why doing board videos I think just get a bit more traction than boots and bindings. But bindings are the next, after we're going to do a few more boards this week. We're going to be doing Capita, Burton and Ride. And then after that, we're going to be doing some bindings, I think, and then probably try to keep boots for the end. Snowboard. Hey, what's up, man? Snowboard's online. Awesome. Saying hello, Chris. Hey, everybody. Guten Abend, guten Nacht. Yeah, you caught it. It's not too late. What is it, like midnight? Oh, it's almost 1? Dang. Yeah, thanks for logging on. Especially, all you guys that, having everybody on here is awesome, but especially you guys coming in at any social times. I wouldn't want you missing sleep and having a bad day at work tomorrow, but great to have you on here. Jonathan Muntz saying, which binding would you recommend for the Jones 2020 flagship, and then one for the 2020 Ride Warpig? Ooh. Yeah, I know the new Jones boards. They have Jones bindings. They have some of them. They have the Skate Tech from the Now bindings with the JF Pelchat, and some of those look really good. Of course, they're going to be made for that as well. And if you get the flagship, you're going to get some good compatibility with that. You could also get a bit of a stiffer one, maybe the Atlas or something like that. And for the Ride Warpig, I know like Andreas loves his Now bindings. He talks nonstop about Now in terms of binding choice. TJ loves his Unions, and then Kevin actually got bent metals, I think, as well. I'm not actually like super up to date on my bindings, so I would prefer to defer. But hopefully soon, we'll be putting out some binding videos, and hopefully that'll help you out. Cal saying, yo, always watching, yo, word. Word, dog. Yeah, good to have all you guys on. Bad Riders, are you going to try step-ons this year, Chris? Yeah, I do want to. I want to try them out and see what they're like. We do have a bit of a connection. One of the guys that we know is doing some work with and he said that he should be able to get his hands on some step-ons this year. So I will be looking at to get on some step-ons, especially before Christmas. I think it'd be good. And give you guys an idea of the step-ons, and give me an idea of the step-ons, because it's hard to really talk about them, obviously, if I have not tried them. Is there, Adam Cole saying, is there a boot company out of Whistler area, something to complete the Yes Now setup? Boots in Whistler, boots around here. I don't think so. We got a few different we got we got Wired boards down in Vancouver. Check those guys out. They're a newish company, been around for a couple of years now. Endeavor boards, they're also down in Vancouver. Pryor is in Whistler. So lots of board companies that make bindings, but no boots are coming to mind. BTC Nick, hey man, good to have you on here. Saying, what's a good GoPro snowboarding setup video? So I think that depends a little bit on how you want to film it. I think with the, I'm still using the GoPro 7, and so with that, if you're filming in 4K, you don't actually have the hyper stabilization working. You do have it in 2.7K as well, and so unless you're doing stationary shots, you should have a setting either you should be filming in 1080p or 2.7K, and then that way you're still getting that hyper smooth, the stabilization, which really helps out when you're riding. And then 60 frames a second, I like the look of that. Some people think maybe it looks a bit too realistic, but I like the feel of 60. And then it just depends which way you're filming. If you're filming yourself, if you're filming other people, make sure you get a nice long stick. If you're doing yourself, you're gonna set it to super view. And then you just have to play around with it a little bit. And it's always good to get lots of different angles from the front, from the back, maybe where the camera is below the pole, and then sometimes where the camera is above the pole, so the focus can be more on your board, on your body, and just get as many variety of shots as possible. And then you can kind of stitch them all together and get them to work. Because like a lot of times here, if I'm filming by myself, I'll do the same run like twice in a row, and I'll do more or less the same lines, and have one where maybe I'm filming myself in a certain way, and then the next up I'll film myself differently, different settings, and then just stitch them both together. Oh, Kevin Soto's saying you can get 4K hypersmooth if you film at the 4:3 aspect ratio. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, because the good thing, even if I like to film in 2.7K anyway, because obviously it gives you better quality video, but then also you can't release anything as 2.7K onto YouTube. It's either 4K or 1080, and so it gives you that like a little buffer zone that if you want to zoom in on some of your 2.7K, then it's still going to keep it above 1080p, and that way when you actually upload it, you're not going to notice the drop in resolution. And so it gives you a little bit of a buffer to kind of play around with things. Dot, hey, stop eating that. Yeah. Snowboard. Dude, thanks so much coming in with a super chat for the Japao Fund. He's saying last super chat for a while. Need to keep my money together for France. Hashtag snowboard addicted. Dude, thank you so much. Guten Tag. Guten Tag? Wait, is that right? Yeah, thank you, man. Hopefully you have a great season this year, and you got lots of time to go out riding and good conditions where you going. Yeah, dude, thanks so much. That's great. I'm Cole saying the best GoPro setup is Andreas's and Ryan Napton's too, which is the tree branch. Does Ryan Napton do that anymore? I know Andreas just got the same pole that I have, which is the El Grande from GoPro, and that is about 3 feet. It's like just under 90 centimeters, I believe. And that one, if you have it on super view with an arm out, then you do more or less get your whole body in there. Although I would like one a little bit longer, maybe just over a meter, around about a meter. Snowboard saying support the nice guys. Thanks, man. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Thomas Chiarota says, what time does Whistler close at? Yeah, it depends on the time of year. So I think in the start of the season, it is 3. Some of the alpine lifts close earlier because, just the way that they do all their sweeping for ski patrol, make sure that all the areas are safe. They normally close the lifts in alpine at 2:30, and then the rest of the lifts at 3. As the season progresses into spring, and then the days get a little bit longer, then you start opening at 3:30, and then 4 in like spring, early summer, and I think 4 is the latest that they're open. Yeah, BDC say thanks for the tips. I need to get my angles better. Mine suck, dude. It is totally just getting used to it. One of the more frustrating things is if you film something and then you realize you've had it in the wrong aspect ratio. Like if you're doing linear, which is great if you're filming somebody else, but if you're filming yourself, it just crops it way down. And so I've had some bits where, I filmed something and I was really happy with what I was doing, and then I go to look at it and it was in linear and it's super cropped. It doesn't get in what I was trying to get in the shot, and it's almost a throwaway. So yeah, check your settings before. If you guys change your batteries, double check your settings as well. Make sure the hyper smooth stays on, because sometimes that can turn off if you guys change batteries. Basically, anytime you do anything to your camera, unless you're just keeping it on and you're just stopping it briefly in between, then just double check, because there's nothing worse than going to look at some footage and some of your settings are wrong for some reason. Yeah, I did last year I did a whole 2 days. Well, I did 1 day, and then the next day it happened again. But I filmed a couple hours of footage just all over Whistler. I want to do a video about kind of the areas around Whistler, the different areas to ski, like beginner areas, intermediate areas, which ones are really good to check out. So I filmed hours of footage, and then it all turned out to be garbage. And I just had to throw it away because it was just shaking the whole time. It was just way too shaky. Ken Soto is getting out of here. Cool, man. Thanks for coming on. Much appreciated. Chuck Van saying, "Snowboard, you're going to get yourself to Japao." Yeah, what's the Japao crew looking like? I know there's a couple of you guys. Ooh. There we go. Back. Cool. Yeah, dude. Japao is has been on. Yeah, I'll stick with the Japao Fund. Thanks so much, man. Yeah, Japao I feel is the last step, unless I'm literally hitting heli drops in Alaska or something like that. Something I've been working forward to for a long time, and I got interrupted. I busted my knee a couple of years ago, just before I was gonna go to Japan, so that messed up those plans. And yeah, it's a lot of stuff going towards getting to Japan. It's been a long emotional journey full of ups and downs and roundabouts, and yeah, all the super chats are definitely appreciated. I will be setting up a Patreon. I know everybody has Patreon, but I feel like mine would be the best. because I'd be putting up all the stuff that didn't make it out onto normal videos. I do tend to have like a lot of goofy outtakes and just kind of stupid stuff. And of course, great way to help support me and future endeavors making videos. Hopefully going to be doing more traveling this year. I think that's where a lot of the costs, extra costs, going to be coming in. And from now on, more or less, I'll be doing this full time. And so this is going to be what I'm doing. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Banana Dude coming in with the hate on the skate banana. Good to have you here. It wouldn't be a live chat unless you came in and crapped on the skate banana. You hate it, I know. Andreas still talks about how much he loves the skate banana, but fair enough. You know, it's not everybody's cup of tea. I grew up on camber. That was just what it was. Everything was camber. I remember the first skate banana coming out, and it was just kind of like, what is this board? And it took me a long time to try it. And yeah, it's a bit too rock for me. I like a bit of a hybrid on the powder board, which is, is a different beast in its nature. That's flat to rock here. But yeah, some people like it. It's good. It's a great thing about this world. Not everybody likes the same things. Otherwise, that would just be boring. Chuck Van saying the goofy outtakes would be the best. Love my sense of humor. Thanks, man. Yeah, I think that's where it's at, because I don't think I want to be the best rider, but I can definitely be one of the goofier ones. And just go out and have as much fun as possible on the mountain. I think that's what you guys appreciate a lot too, is just going out and having a good time, spreading the love of snowboarding. And hopefully my love for snowboarding is contagious. And those goofy clips that don't make it onto the regular videos, which in all honesty, they could start to be making it more on there. And usually the more fun I'm having, the goofier I am. And so if I'm snowboarding, the goof kind of comes out a bit more. So I might get too goofy though. And then that stuff is going to go in the outtakes, the B-roll that'll be on the Patreon channel. So keep an eye for that. I'll update you guys when that happens. And yeah, it'll be pretty good. Cool. Well, we've done an hour and 30. So I think I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Hour 30 is pretty good. Getting time ready for a bit of a stretch. That whole like cake wafting in through the window is really making me hungry. So I'll just answer this last question here from Thomas. He's saying, Chris, what's a solid itinerary for 3-day Whistler trip in February? Can you break down your opinion on the best spots to hit, please? Spent $3,000 on this trip. What you want to do is, really you want to go around with a local, but depends on the weather. If we have powder, what's going on there. If you guys just want to stay on the mountains, I think it's usually good to do maybe the first day, getting a good outlay of the area. So just riding to as many different areas as possible, try to stay in the mid to like upper parts of the mountain. So yeah, head towards Whistler and Blackcomb Peak. Definitely hit up Spanky's. Hit up Spanky's on the first day if you can, and then you get a real idea of what that's about. Go out to Seventh Heaven on on Blackcomb. The Peak's good. Symphony I think is a bit overrated. Symphony is kind of is the edge of Whistler. It's one of the newer areas that they've opened up, but it's actually quite flat, so it's not really designed best for snowboarding. Although you can then from Symphony Chair go and hike up Flute, which is like slack country. It's like, it is still inbounds because the ski patrol does go and bomb it and make sure that it's safe, so you don't need to have backcountry gear to go into there. But if you can do as many areas as possible the first day, and then second and third day you can kind of narrow it down a little bit. But definitely get in high some of those big bowls. Yeah, go do some bull riding off the peaks, do some tree riding off of Crystal Chair around there. Out towards Seventh Heaven, like Raptors Ride. Those runs are really nice. Get them early, stay late. Avoid the eating at shops if you want to save some money, and yeah, just have a blast and get out as much as possible. Chuck Van saying, can you ask Andreas to say hi to Mr. Como for me? Apparently his like boss or one of the reps has seen that and he's like, what is this Mr. Como stuff going on this channel? And Andreas tells me to stop mentioning Mr. Como, but I believe he's real. I think he's out there. It's a conspiracy. Mr. Como is watching. Cool. Well, it's great to have everybody on. Hope all you guys are good. Hopefully you're going to get to ride soon. Remember, snowboarding isn't just about getting out in the snow and shredding. You do want to prepare yourself as much beforehand. So getting into the gym or doing some workouts, getting some core exercises, balance stuff. Just remember, like any little thing you can do is just going to help out. Just throw some bits in the recipe bowl. A little bit of balance here, a little bit of strengthening, a little endurance. Throw it all in, give it a little stir, bake it, and then hopefully you guys will be shredding in no time. All right, well, pleasure. Thank you guys again for coming on and supporting. I'm gonna have lots of gear videos coming up. In fact, that's gonna be the focus for the next few days. We may be going up to look at powder. I'm gonna go have a word. I know Andreas has got his days off coming up. So yeah, we may be going up to have a look at that. I kind of have to see how that goes, but it's not going to be as good as it was. We had rain up high, and it's just gorgeous and beautiful outside. And we're just waiting. We're waiting on the snow. We don't want it to be so beautiful. Go away, sun. And yeah, cool. Well, yeah. Thank you guys. All the best. Take it easy. Lots of love. See you later. Bye.